Hey, what's up, guys? So here I just started the recording. I apologize for not showing the tune. I actually went through all the motions and showed everything before qualifying, but it wasn't until this point that I realized I forgot to start recording. So the next time Maple Valley's in the rotation, I'll try to get a video out with the tune really early in the rotation for anyone who's interested in that. So we did qualify first. I'm gonna go with a medium to medium strategy. I've tried several different things. When I qualify first and I feel like I'm probably a little quicker than the other people, I'll I like to go mediums and try to get 6 laps in at the first half of the race. That way, as the tire wear gets really severe, I'm going into the pits and not trying to make that final turn, high speed turn with really bad tire wear. Anything in the 125s in a night race is really good for me. I think with this tune, my best is a 125.2, and that was during the day. So trying to get a good launch and just get tucked in to turn one. A lot of people will come in a little too hot and run wide. So I want to get out ahead of everyone and just kind of get tucked in there to prevent getting pushed off the back. But everything's going well so far. I always feel better once I get through that turn because beginning of the race it can be a little slick, and I have ran off the back a few times. So we get lucky and second, third battle it out a little bit. Um, kind of in first by myself here at the moment. It wasn't really challenging. I'm still fairly conservative on the first lap, especially since I'm going to try to extend the mediums. And Jam Jam, he makes up a lot of time. So during the race, I didn't realize this, and so, but he's on softs. But I do figure it out when he pits earlier than I do. But in going back and watching the video, he was on hards and switched to softs late in intermission. So we're gonna have a good little battle here, and he's gonna get me on the inside. And I wasn't trying to block him there. I have to keep, trying to turn in as much. If I try to lighten up on that, I have a tendency to run too wide to the right. I was trying to avoid that. I didn't mean to hit him. And here we're able to stay in the slipstream and keep up. And I still haven't realized that he's on softs yet. I'm thinking that maybe I can push and um, make the pass, or at least stay on top of him. And there, and pushing too hard, I ran a little wide. That's what I'm trying to avoid. It's real easy for that to end bad. Here I'm a little all over the place. I'm pushing a little too hard. And this is the point where I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. He's on softs. And then I was able to confirm that later by rewatching the video. At this point, because I have been pushing a little harder than I would like, not sure I've really made up any extra time doing that. I'm debating in my mind, like, am I going to need to pit after on lap 5 instead of lap 6? Typically, you can see I have a pretty good lead on everybody, and I'm still adding to that lead. And usually that's more than enough to buy me time to do the 6th lap on mediums. And even say second place, if I were to come out behind him a little bit, he's either going to be on hards or his mediums are going to fade really bad at the end. So not too concerned about that. But with Jam Jam having this different strategy, it threw me off a little bit. I'm not sure exactly where to pit. So here where it's beginning of lap 5, we're already hitting minor tire wear. So I'm still kind of 50-50, like it's lap 6, it's gonna be really rough if I try to push it. And this is one track where minor tire wear and as the tires turn yellow and then moderate, it really it gets more difficult. Like you have to slow down quite a bit. As I'm coming here, you can see I'm hesitant to go over to the pits at all, and then last second I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna pit after lap 5. And it was probably the wrong move. And turn 10, you got to fix this. So depending on the strategy, sometimes I like to, instead of doing 11 laps of fuel at the beginning of the race, I'll do 6 and 5 or 6 and 6 or whatever. But yeah, I really don't like that I don't have an option to cut it a little closer with the fuel. So here this is always a little iffy, but there's Jam Jam. He must have really been flying. Comes out right in front of us. So I assume he went up to hards. him and I are gonna battle it out. We're pretty evenly matched, which is odd. Usually in the races, people are either slower or faster than me. It's rare that I have somebody where we're really even and can have a close battle. So I'm not always the best. I tend to either uh, bump them or back off too much. Something I need more practice with. And maybe that was just bad. I got a little loose and was able to save it, but lost some time. Everyone else has gone to the pits at this point. And I'm not sure I even saw the 2 second penalty on Jam Jam. I'm focused. I know that my last lap is going to be slow, so I'm trying to build up, trying to pass him and build up as big of a lead over him in third place as possible. Because he most likely went to hards early. I don't think his tires, he's going to be in just as bad a shape as I am at the end. But third place, if he went to hards, he could definitely make up a lot of ground on the last lap. We're able to use the draft to kind of catch up, and I'm assuming he's on hard, so I cut underneath, thinking I'm probably gonna be able to make that at a little more speed than he can, and it works out. But he's fast. I feel like we're neck and neck, and he's in the slipstream, so went in a little lower than usual. Didn't want to give him the opportunity to slide underneath me. Here I'm just playing this a little conservative, knowing that he's not going to be able to, he's not going to have the grip to get me on the outside. I am trying to pull ahead of him, but I'm trying not to be too aggressive and wear the tires out. But that was just unfortunate. Jam Jam, if you ever watch this, no worries, man, it's all good. We were just so, and he clearly feels extremely bad about that. And I don't think he even finishes, or at least I didn't see him finish the race. But we were evenly matched and racing close, and that's just going to happen sometimes. It could have been me on the other end of that, so it's frustrating when it happens, but it's not a big deal. It's going to happen. It'll happen again.
3 left.
It's tough when you're racing that close and you're really tight, and accidents are just going to happen sometimes. So at this point, now I know I'm probably not going to be able to catch back up to first, but I decided I'm going to push as hard as I can, and maybe he'll make a big mistake, and I'll have a chance at the finish. And that car you see ahead is not him. That's someone that will lap. The track's feeling really good right here, and this is going to be my last strong lap before the tires start to give out. Make up quite a bit of ground on first, and 26.4 that on a night race on mediums is really good for me. But we're going to hit minor tire wear here in just a second, and at that point we might make up a little more ground, but then we start losing it. I think this is probably about as low as we get. So it's right now, I think we went from a little over 8 seconds to almost 5.5. And at this point, I do realize here in a minute that he's on hards because he starts pulling away.
One more lap.
I really start to feel the tire wear here. And this is a much slower turn than I normally take it. And this is where he starts pulling away, and I realize that, yeah, we're not going to make up any more time. But unless he makes a huge mistake, we're going to finish second place. But in this scenario, it's a good time to experiment a little bit. So near the end, I'm not very familiar with how fast I can take the final turn with severe tire wear. So I'll push it a little bit and see what I can do there. And here I'm having to gear all the way down to third, just to prevent going wide. And as you can see, we've lost all our time and then some to the leader. And here I'm going to see I do let up, and it's still not enough. So we're going to limp to the finish line, but that's okay. It's a good time to try it when there's not much to lose. So I think we may have had the fastest lap. Like I said, 126.4 is really good for me on mediums, especially at a night race. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.